Honey, Nicki Minaj is not having a good day, child. The girlies are already fighting on Real Housewives of Atlanta with K.Michelle and Drew Sidora. The boys are also fighting too on the Joe Budden podcast. All that and more coming up on the Weekly Yap. Hey guys, what's going on? Look, I'm giving y'all daily content. Let me knock on wood, child, because I don't want to break this momentum, okay? Yeah, so there happens to be some topics that I really wanted to get into. There's a lot going on. It's people going through some things, honey, going through some financial woes and identity theft and credit theft and people arguing on podcasts about the fight, child. Scholars, people with 4 degrees losing some things, okay? It's just what I tell you is a lot going on today, honey. It is a lot going on this Chipper Tuesday, and we're going to get into everything, okay? For starters, I feel like this has to be addressed. I want to talk about the legendary, okay, D'Angelo. Oh my God, he passed away at 51, okay? Now let me read this little excerpt because I heard about this on my shift and I'm like, oh my God, what? This says that the legendary soul and R&B D'Angelo has passed away at the age of 51. The news was first shared by journalist Marc Lamont Hill, who wrote on X, "My sources tell me that D'Angelo has passed away. I have no words. May he rest in peace." Initially, details surrounding the cause of death was unclear. However, TMZ has confirmed he passed following a private battle with pancreatic cancer. After Hill's announcement, several artists have paid their tribute to the artist. I mean, Doja Cat said some things. There was a lot of people that said some things, and it's just, damn. He was definitely, I feel like, I'm not saying he was like robbed of a career because he had a big career growing up in his days and stuff like that. But I remember I used to watch a lot of like docu-series on YouTube on what happened to D'Angelo. Like, he was set to be like this big R&B star, but then things kind of went south, and it had to do a lot with, I think, how he was like sexualized and stuff like that. And he kind of didn't like that. And he kind of went away from the media and tried to, it's a whole lot to his career story, but it's just very unfortunate that he did pass away. Leaving my condolences to the family and all that. Yeah, that's just terrible. But yeah, this is where we are. We're just gonna get right into it. Let's just switch gears a little bit and talk about Nicki Minaj, because girl, my girl has been going through it, honey. If it's not the whole situation with you playing with her AMEX card, her damn house is allegedly set to be seized, okay, because of some lawsuit. Okay, we're gonna get into both of the topics, but for starters, Nicki Minaj took to her Instagram with a steering of posts, right, accusing several people of making unauthorized charges on her American Express card, totaling to thousands of dollars. The rapper shared screenshots showing transactions of $7,000, $8,000, $5,000, you name it, writing that 3 different people in the span of 2 months had allegedly charged her Amex card without her permission. Okay, without her permission, girl, that means you gave him permission at one point. A follow-up post, she claimed that a few of her alleged thieves have been doing it for years. Another quote, she said, filed the first report a couple weeks ago. They're all going to jail, she said. Nicki went on to allege that a 4th person has been stealing from the Barbs, oh Lord, and that one suspect even used a tracking device to follow her movements, leading authorities straight back to the person's own cell phone number. Ooh, okay, girl, what's going on, child? She said, in quotes, "I can't make this shit up," she wrote. "Won't God do it? Yes, he will, child." And in another story, Nicki Minaj hinted at the suspects could face serious legal trouble. She says, "Let's see if they'll go to jail for the ringleaders. Let's see if they'll save themselves or be part of the RICO. Now she's trying to link it to Jay-Z, child. I knew that was happening. She also mentioned that she plans to share screenshots of alleged thieves' responses, claiming that they were caught red-handed and thieves and worse. It's a lot. She is definitely, damn. And what makes it worse, right? Because a lot of people are saying, oh my God, well, Cardi said it. Cardi said it. You know what I'm saying? It's your husband and your husband's goons. Everything could be at play here. I definitely feel like this could be some type of outside source, but who really has access to your cars but you and your man? And his people that apparently that you be having over the house. So I think that there could be some truthness to what the girl said. And this is not funny. You get what I'm saying? This is not funny. This is some serious shit. Like, she was actually showing real transactions. These are real, that are just coming out of her AMEX card, child. And one thing about them credit cards, child, you can go through fraud and them bitches still be like, well, you got to pay it off. Sorry. I'm sorry you didn't make the payments, but somebody did in your name. Like, them banks do not care, girl. And then in other news, cause girl, she just keep on. Nicki Minaj's $20 million LA home reportedly at risk of seizure after failure to respond to the former security guard's assault lawsuit. Now, I remember this lawsuit. This was when, I think this was a concert that happened, one of her shows in the European leg of the tour, where Zoo, her husband, apparently realigned some security guard's jaw. Okay, it was a whole lawsuit. They were not trying to talk about this at first. It was just like a whole thing. But apparently the rapper's $20 million Hidden Hills in Los Angeles home is reportedly at risk of seizure after a former security guard won over $500,000 in a assault lawsuit. The guard, Thomas, has asked the court to sell the property to satisfy the judgment, which in court documents, in quotes, the property's current fair market value is appraised at $20 million, yielding approximately $6 million in equity beyond the lien and exemption. The amount is more than sufficient to satisfy the judgment, but accrued interest and enforced costs. Okay. This incident occurred in 2019 while Thomas was working as a security guard for Nicki Minaj's show. He was alleged that the super bass rapper became angry when he attempted to intervene as she yelled at a female guard. As tensions escalated, Thomas claimed that Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, struck him in the face without warning. The couple's failure to respond to the lawsuit led to the court to enter default judgments against them in March 24. This news comes on the heels of Nicki's sharing that someone has been stealing thousands of dollars. Now, see, this is kind of, you see how this is kind of like connecting? Is this planned? Now that I'm thinking about it, did she let it be known that somebody's been stealing her money just because you trying to not pay this man? Like, and I heard this story, like this story was put on the back burner. Let's be very clear on that. This story was put on the back burner. Nobody was talking about it. No big major blogs was talking about this, but there were some blogs, shout out to y'all, cause y'all some real news people, okay? Real journalism, okay, that covered this story in its entirety. Like, that is crazy. And they lost. That means that he did. That means that that means Kenneth more than likely did break that man's jaw. That's crazy. That's real crazy. And you're not trying to pay this man, and then out of nowhere is, oh, I'm getting off. Look, I still believe that there is some type of fraud going on and someone is stealing Nicki Minaj's money, but the call is coming from inside the home, honey. It's coming from inside the home. I'm sorry. And I don't like Cardi either, but like, girl, she literally said this in a tweet, and you're literally talking about this now. You get what I'm saying? Girl, you making this girl seem like a goddamn oracle. And that's crazy. That is so crazy. But look, y'all would tell me what y'all think in the comments. I don't have too much to say about this. Now, another thing that I wanted to get into, child. Girl, the Real Housewife girlies are fine. I guess this could be our little sector into the Real Housewife girlies. So it looks like K.Michelle and Drew Sidora is not getting along. Now, as y'all know, K.Michelle has been filming with the Real Housewives of Atlanta girlies. I'm not sure if she's going to be a friend or an actual housewife, but she's definitely letting it be known that she is very much a part of this season. I believe it will be season 17. But K.Michelle is a little fed up. Okay, I'm gonna read this little excerpt. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts. She was taken to X. The Love and Hip Hop alum shut down recent sparked allegations that she swung on a Real Housewives star, Drew Sidora. K.Michelle said, "Stop lying on me. Haven't swung or had any type of physical altercation with anyone for years. I have a whole career and a lot I'm working towards. I'm a grown woman. It's not cute or cool. Leave me alone." She also followed up by saying, "To make up something like that and to paint me as a violent or any sort is crazy. A complete lie. I don't fight. I'm grown. Leave me alone. I'm really minding my business. It's getting weird." Okay, now K.Michelle then stunned fans by seemingly claiming that she's not even filming for Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so she's not filming for Housewives of Atlanta, girl. Let's get into it. She added, "The only show I'm on or is in mine. It's called My Nice Little Country Life album, coming soon. As report, the VSOP artist rumored to have joined the cast and has allegedly been out filming with the returning lady." So I'm just like, okay, so are you filming or not? Are you filming or not? Because then you also followed up because you said in a tweet, hold on, we're gonna get that tweet where you shaded the hell out of Drew, child. She said, "The audacity, I would never fight someone whose edges and eyebrows are in a fight daily." Not the edges and eyebrows. And then they got, if you could see this picture, people, girl, the edges and the eyebrows are fighting each other, child. Leave me out of it. Okay, so it's clear that she probably did film with them maybe for a little bit. Maybe she's like a friend or something like that. But for her to sit there and backtrack and be like, "Well, I'm not the only show I'm filming for." Girl, so you not filming with them? Are you filming with them? What's going on? All I know is this, look, if she needs, let me tell you something. K.Michelle is what this damn show needs. She's funny as hell. She'll gather the girls. And I can already tell you, she's not going to get along with Drew because Drew always don't get along with new people. And it seems it's starting to be a pattern. It's definitely starting to be a pattern. I'm here for it. I'm interested to see what they have to offer for season 17. I've been watching Potomac a little bit. I guess that'll be like a little segue because we do have to talk about Wendy for a second. Girl, Wendy. Okay, now according to TMZ, the Wesleyan University confirmed Tuesday that Wendy Osefo is no longer an employee at the university. She had served as a visiting professor of psychology before her sudden dismissal. Okay, besides her gig in Connecticut, Wendy was previously a lecturer at the Johns Hopkins University in Maryland before stepping down in 2024. According to the documents obtained by TMZ, Wendy and her husband Eddie are facing 16 charges, including 7 felonies tied to an alleged committed fraud over $300. We talked about this on the last Weekly Yap. Girl, it is affecting your bag at this point. What the hell, child? It's only a matter of time for Bravo to be like, all right, well, we're gonna cut ties also because we don't want to be a part of this and we don't want to spearhead anything that has to, we're tired of giving our footage to the damn feds like for evidence and shit. Like this is some crazy ass shit. But like I said, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Now, I have been watching the Real Housewives of Potomac season. I've watched the first 2 episodes. It is definitely interesting. We're supposed to be doing like a little panel discussion or whatever with the gang, honey, with the panel, my girl Medusa and El Teddy and whatnot. So there is a fly flying around here and it's pissing me the fuck off. Like it needs to die. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And I always say that about Potomac. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I feel like they bullying that girl, the one they keep on saying they got the bad breath. I'm sorry, she's too new, so I don't remember her name that much. But y'all pissing me off with that. Y'all, come on now. Ashley, it's really not Giselle this season. It's really Ashley. She is really trying to get this girl to spill the beans on her life, and it's just, girl, it's not that deep. I feel like Ashley's getting really aggressive towards this girl, and I'm just like, girl, Okay, she ain't want to tell you that she paid the boyfriend. She ain't want to tell you that she's back with her or her husband. What's the whole deal? Like, I just don't get that. Kiana is a little weird too. I liked Kiana last season, but this season I'm like, girl, I'm not feeling it. She a little too much. But like I said, we'll get into that when we get into the panel, child. We're gonna try to do this. I'm gonna see about my Wi-Fi situation so I can contribute to our little panel discussion thing. But tell me what y'all think about Potomac. Are y'all liking this season, child? And Wendy, we gonna pray for you, Wendy. And who else we're gonna pray for? Girl, the Joe Budden podcast. What the hell? Like, this is gonna be the last topic. I'm just in pure shock that these dudes done riled up Marc Lamont Hill. I have never seen Marc Lamont Hill get that aggressive. But with men, it's always that one thing that you say that will get them riled up and they just completely just go complete bonkers. So there was a massive argument between Marc Lamont Hill and his name is Queen Flip, or they call him Flip. One of these co-hosts that I feel like was just a horrible installment to the Joe Budden podcast. It wasn't the beige guy. I don't know his name. I'm so sorry. And I don't mean to be, you know, the beige nigga that's over there, child. That be really starting with Marc Lamont Hill. But this time it was Flip. And I'm like, because Flip is usually the funny guy. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Anyway, we're going to play some of what was talked about.
Thank you. Because I don't want people, because people will hear that and think I do that.
Well, I don't know if you do it. But I
have any reason to think I do that?
I don't know.
Do you have any reason to think I do that? Is what I
don't
said.
know, because you just said that. You said you cracking a joke with Joe. Like, oh,
Did you cracking a joke with Joe?
I don't know. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
I think the people need to see this show.
Hey, you got.
We about to.
And guess what? It's going out.
It's going out.
And what's the difference between what I did, what we did,
that I witnessed to? I ain't never said shit about.
Yeah,
like even when
we kept your secrets, nigga.
I'm not gonna say it because then I
we kept your secrets.
That's all I'm gonna say. And can't nobody up here say nothing different.
What secrets?
We kept your secrets, boy. In front of millions, nigga.
Please, what you talking about?
No, and to be clear for the ones, it ain't nothing personal with. It ain't about personal life. I don't want to make it sound like that because I want people to think.
Oh, you talking about anything that I tell you, niggas? Anything that happened, I can talk about.
And it's for you to talk to it
because you say a lot of tricky words.
No, I don't. So I say regular words that's tricky to you.
Tricky words, funny as shit.
That's another thing you do, right? Like,
Child, I say regular words that's tricky to you. Okay, to you. Okay, because you're not there. Elevators don't go all the way up to the floors that it needs to go up with you. That's what he says. See, when you have conversations with people that are not intelligent, and I don't mean I'm not the sharpest tool in the toolbox sometimes when it comes to certain topics. I know what I know and I don't what I don't. Okay? But when you are talking to a mentally challenged person that doesn't really formulate any type of opinions that are valid, and you call them out on that. But like I said, I'm just very surprised that it got Marc so heated, but let's continue.
My nigga, you the busiest man in the world. You spend 1,000 hours trying to communicate and speak to people to be accepted by people that this community, that this nigga built through the community. I don't need to do that.
That's our job.
Nigga. I believe in myself.
That's
and I believe
our job.
In what I do. Our job is to come up here and work and show and put our best foot forward.
And that's what I do.
That's our job. And plus do other shit behind the scenes.
You mean like promote the show?
To try to win favor. You try to win favors.
You mean like fan engagement?
You try to win favors.
All right, you're
period. To me, you try to win favors.
With the fans?
And then on top of that, even if you do win favors, even if you do win favors, you try to point out everything else that nobody do. That's sucker shit to me.
When do I do that?
You try to point out.
Don't call me a sucker no more.
Yeah, that's when it starts.
Don't call me a sucker no more. Don't call me a sucker no more. Don't call me a sucker no more.
That's sucker shit. I'm not calling you. I'm saying that's sucker shit. I can take that. I'm not calling you. I'm saying that's sucker shit. You're not a sucker, but that's
sucker shit. And I'm telling you,
shit.
You say that sucker shit, I take it like you saying it to me. So I'm saying.
What I'm saying.
Let's do this. Let's both calm down. No.
Stop doing that.
No, I'm saying let's both calm down. Let's both calm down. Because I'm telling you right now, the way you talking to me, I'm taking a different way. So let's both calm down.
So what does that mean, though?
I'm saying let's talk like brothers.
You don't gotta say that.
I'm saying because what you and you ain't gotta say that sucker shit. So I'm saying
okay, because I don't want to hurt y'all ears anymore, child. Anyway, they go back and forth, and then at one point, Flip got up, and then Marc Lamont Hill, what the hell you getting up for? We need to step outside, and tell him to step outside and everything. When I say this is like very out of character for Marc Lamont Hill, I never. But you know what they say? Just because somebody is very intelligent and they know how to articulate their words does not mean that they weak. Okay, it does not mean that they weak. It does not mean that they won't get into your face and do what needs to be done for them to be respected. I think that this was a long-standing joke that has now become something that's now serious. Like, we know that the dudes Flip and the beige guy, they dumb as shit. They dumb as rocks. Let's be very clear. They are the comedic relief of the show, because nothing that they say, I'm like, wow. Like, I used to sit down and sit there and listen to a Joe Budden podcast back when it was Rory and Mal, and you'd be like, damn, they really talking. These just don't say nothing. They talk, but it's not words. Words are just not, it's not here. The whole running joke is that Marc Lamont Hill, he's very articulate, and he says when he says the things that need to be said, and he says it in a way that they can't comprehend, and it becomes like an argument, and everybody's like laughing. It's just, but now I feel like it got to the point where he step outside, and I'm just like, whoa, Mark, okay, hold on. Somebody said this on TikTok, and this fly is getting on my goddamn nerves. You want to start flying when I'm recording. The thing is, and somebody said this on TikTok, right? Marc Lamont Hill, you either are just going to leave, or you're just going to have to play with the peanut gallery, because at the end of the day, this is the environment that you had signed up for, and people are always going to be aggressive towards you. People, not people in general, but like people that don't think critically and is willfully dense, all that, they're going to continue. So my thing is, if you coins is good with Joe Budden, stay what you got, play with the peanut gallery, entertain them, this, that, and the third. If you getting that coin, this platform was never for you. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but I mean that in a way that just, you be saying some real shit and then they'll just say some dumb shit and they just move on to the next topic. You know what I'm saying? And Joe Budden has lost complete control, because what the hell? This is your show. What the hell? I didn't hear him say anything but just freaking ad libs. Like, man, yeah, but I ain't gonna do that. Y'all ain't finna go outside. Y'all ain't finna go outside in that hallway. Like, oh my goodness, take control of your show. What is going on? Anyway, that was a lot. It was a lot going on. Look, at the end of the day, people are going to be intimidated by your intelligence, and that's just what it is. And when I say this, I'm not no goddamn Einstein, you know what I'm saying? But I've been in environments where people are just not there, and they're not on the same level, and they can't go toe to toe with what you're telling them. And that's when the aggression comes, and that's when they feel threatened. Just like that time with that other dude, with the beige dude, the one that he always argue with. You get what I'm saying? He has issues because Marc Lamont Hill will say something and he don't know how to comprehend it. He don't know, his cognitive dissonance just triggers just because he says something that I don't know, and I feel like I gotta say something else, or I have to counter, but I can't, because what he's telling me, I'm not comprehending what he's saying. So this was a very interesting watch. I think that Marc Lamont Hill should don't get down in the gutter with them. If that makes any sense, if that's what I'm trying to say, don't go down. They act like that. You better than that, okay? Now, if you either gonna just play in the peanut gallery, play with them, play with the dogs a little bit, or you just gonna move on, I think he's gonna leave. I personally feel like I'll be very surprised if he stays here any longer than 5 more episodes, Sean, honestly. But y'all will tell me what y'all think about that in the comments, and we gonna get up out of here, child, okay? Thank you for watching.